Buongiorno, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do a full review on the new release of Memo Paris called Corfu. So this came out like 2 weeks ago, and as soon as I saw that Memo Paris came out with a new fragrance, I immediately placed an order and got myself a few samples of the fragrance so I can test it and tell you all about it. So if you want to know all about Corfu from Memo Paris, then please keep on watching. But before we start, if you are new to my channel, hi, welcome. My name is Noura, and on this channel I mostly talk about fragrances. So if you are a fragrance lover, then definitely consider subscribing and also hit the notification bell so you will get notified when I upload a new video. Also follow me on Instagram, where I post exclusive content that I don't do on YouTube. And without further ado, let's start. And as the name suggests, Corfu is inspired by the beautiful Greek island of Corfu. So as you could expect, it's summer appropriate, it's fresh, it's clean, it's like the sun, it's bright, it's sparkling and fresh and clean. It's just beautiful. So the opening, you get a lot of the citrus in this fragrance. They used a lot of citruses in this one. So you have lemon, you have bergamot, you have mandarin, you have orange, you have grapefruit. So almost all the citrus that exists are in this fragrance. Mostly from the citrus, I get the grapefruit. But it's not your typical citrus fragrance because it has the unique note of rhubarb. And the rhubarb gives this fragrance a little bit of a tart, sour touch that for some reason really works here. Because I'm not a fan of rhubarb, to be honest, but here it just works for me. So I will read you the notes quickly. So we have bergamot, mandarin, cassis, grapefruit, lemon, orange, basil, ambrette, rose, spike, rhubarb, jasmine, lily of the valley, peach, raspberry, geranium, clove, orris, musk, sandalwood, cedarwood, amber, moss, patchouli, and tonka. A lot of notes, really a lot of notes. But as I said, in the opening you mostly get the citrus and the rhubarb. In the mid-dry down is where my experience on skin is different than on paper. So on paper I got a lot of lily of the valley, while on my skin I got more of the peach, so the fruity touch that this fragrance has, and the musk. And the rhubarb here is to stay. In the very dry down you will get the musk, the woody touch that this fragrance has, and the final result is a very fresh, clean fragrance, but extremely refined, as you would expect from Memo Paris. When I first smelled this fragrance, I was immediately reminded of another perfume from Memo Paris, and I am talking about Jannat or Jannat. I did test them side by side, and I have to say they are very similar. Not so much in the opening. The opening is quite different on both of them, because on Jannat you have a lot of orange blossom and an overdose of ginger and grapefruit, so very sharp. The dry down, however, is where the fragrances are a little bit similar. So both have a little bit of a musky, woody undertone, but what makes them different is the floral and the fruity touch that they have. So Jannat is on my skin much more sweeter because of the pear and also the orange blossom, which is as a flower a little bit sweet. While, as I said, with Corfu I get a little bit of sweetness, but it's not so predominant. So I think they share like 60% of similarities. And if you are wondering if you have one, should you buy the other, I would say no. They are too similar to have both of them. I like them both and I really can't decide between them, to be honest. Yeah, it's very difficult for me. As you all know, I love the brand, and if I had the money I would buy all the fragrances, or almost all of them. So yeah, it's very difficult for me to choose between them. Now, returning to Corfu, and now let's talk about longevity and sillage. And here is where I was a little bit disappointed. So generally speaking, with fresh citrusy fragrances, you have to adjust your expectations, because citruses in general evaporate very quickly, so they don't last very long. But when I looked at the notes, like you have the sandalwood, the cedar and tonka, I thought I would get more longevity than what I actually found. It remained on my skin for maximum 2 hours before becoming a skin scent. It doesn't project very much. It's more of like a scent bubble. And if I have to compare it, like for example with Jannat, Jannat has a better performance. Although also that one is not the best one when it comes to performance, but it did better than Corfu. So if you are looking for a very long lasting fragrance, maybe this is not the best. But again, you have to test it on your skin, because I have fragrances that don't remain on my skin like at all, and other people say it remains for a long time on their skin. So definitely you have to test on your skin. But for me, my personal experience, it really didn't perform well. And for that, I will give this fragrance an 8 out of 10. Otherwise, I would have given it maybe a 9.5. Yeah. So as you can see, I really, really like this fragrance. So to whom would I recommend it? I would recommend this one for someone who is looking for a refined, fresh fragrance, a unique one. And when it comes to uniqueness, actually you should check all the fresh fragrances from Memo Paris. Again, I have like a buying guide, which I will leave in the description down below. And if you love also the note of rhubarb, this is one of the most predominant notes in this fragrance, and which actually, in my opinion, gives it this unique touch. So yeah, if you love rhubarb, then definitely check also Corfu. It's, by the way, totally unisex, actually leaning just slightly, but just teeny tiny bit on the feminine side. But yeah, totally unisex. Men and women can wear it without any problems. So overall, I really, really like the fragrance, but it's not the best offering from the brand. Let's put it like that. So that was it. I hope you liked this video and you found it helpful. And if you did, please give it a thumb up. Consider subscribing to my channel. I do a lot of fragrance reviews. I also do house reviews, top 10 list, and a lot more. So definitely hit that notification bell so you will get notified when I upload a new video. Thanks a lot for watching and see you next time. Ciao.